Nunes and others Tucker talk about how his national security is way out of size and proportion, needs to be reduced, and how Trump is working on it, but it says has a long ways to go. Obama greatly increased the size of the national security positions and people.
Ranking member, it's Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, please.
Yeah, it's Lieutenant Colonel to you, pal. You may also remember that Lieutenant Colonel Vindman was the American citizen who somehow kept getting offered Ukraine's top military post.
You went to Ukraine for the inauguration?
Correct.
May 20th. At any point during that trip, did Mr. Daniluk offer you a position of defense minister with the Ukrainian government?
He did.
And how many times did he do that?
I believe it was 3 times.
Huh. Just a quick test. You could administer it to yourself. How many times has the Ukrainian government offered to give you control of its military? Oh, 0? Mr. Vindman's been offered 3 times. Pretty remarkable. But here's something even more remarkable. This show has learned that even after saying what you just saw, even after testifying against his boss, the president, even after admitting a foreign power keeps trying to recruit him, speaking of recruitment by foreign powers, Mr. Vindman is still serving on the White House National Security Council right now. Hard to believe that, but apparently it's true. And he's not alone either. Jennifer Williams is a Mike Pence aide who also testified in the same vein. She's still in her job, too. Congressman Devin Nunes represents the state of California. He was elected, unlike the people you just saw. He joins us tonight. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on. This is a small thing, but it represents something much larger, I think. Not our job to go after Mr. Vindman, but how could someone like that keep his job on the National Security Council?
Now, we got to remember, and he talks about this, Obama increased the National Security Council in their group many times. He greatly enlarged that. And I believe they're just another group of people to spy on whatever political agenda the liberal left has. Not all of them, but most of them.
Well, there's a lot of problems with the National Security Council, and the Trump administration is trying to get it under control. The new National Security Advisor is doing what the previous National Security Advisors under Trump didn't do, and that is to try to reduce the size and scope.
Now remember, the previous National Security Advisors did not reduce the size and scope of the National Security Council. So there was a problem there. They were implants or people that sided with Obama. They didn't cooperate with Trump. They fought him. Again, this isn't brought out enough in the news.
So there's hundreds and hundreds of people over at the National Security Council, which, look, I've never been on the National Security Council, but if you go back 20, 30 years ago during the Reagan days, I'm told that, you had a couple dozen people, maybe 3, maybe 4 dozen people total that were on the National Security Council. Obama put hundreds. And from all this, don't forget.
So 2 or 3 dozen versus hundreds during the Obama administration. What a mess. And these people aren't elected. That's the problem. More and more people need to be elected, and less need to be appointed.
Forget, you also had people that were on the national security staff that went over to Adam Schiff's staff, okay, that knew the whistle.
See, they knew the whistleblower, they knew Adam Schiff, so again, what political agenda do these people have? Obviously, a liberal political agenda.
Whistleblower. Vindman, the guy, he served his country. That's great. He wants to be called lieutenant colonel. That's fine. His brother is also there as a lawyer. So all of these people colluded and coordinated with the whistleblower. They coordinated with Adam Schiff's staff. So, really what you had there is you had a den of thieves there at the National Security Council. And look, I have said this over and over and over again. I said this to McMaster. I said it to Bolton. And I've said it to the new National Security Advisor O'Brien, that they just need to get all those people out of there. Like if you were there and worked for Obama and you were a holdover, just, get a used building somewhere on the other side of the Potomac. Just get them out of there. They have done so much damage to this presidency.
Look,
I couldn't agree with you more.
Well, why not just say, Mr. Vindman and your lawyer brother, take a hike. I mean, they're not in control of the government. It's not their government. No one elected Mr. Vindman to anything, or his lawyer brother, or any of these people. The government exists for our benefit, and it's not working. And so why is it so hard to do that? I honestly don't understand. Having spent my life here, I don't understand that.
I have no idea. That's why I think I gave them very good advice, which is there's plenty of empty buildings. Just say, look, thank you for your service. Just get off the premises, because they've
Go
done
work for
nothing but
Ukraine.
spy on them.
Right. Well, and that's...
Maybe he will at some point.
Yeah, I'm sorry to vent to you. I know it's as frustrating from your vantage as it is for ours, but I mean, it's a,
It is very much.
Still
yeah.
understand.
And look, I also think, Tucker, there's more going on here. I listened to your opening monologue, and you're just.
You can bet they have political agendas. There's more going on. Again, we've got such a large government. It needs to be cut back in scope, size, and power, especially those that are non-elected individuals. Especially. But the government is way too big, way too spendy, and way too politicalized. Way too divisive, to say the least.
Discussion with Kim Strassel. What's happening today in the Senate floor in the last 3 days and the last 3 months previously in the House of Representatives, this makes Joseph McCarthy, the former senator in the 1950s, look like nothing. It looks like nothing. Remember, this is a man who has accused, Adam Schiff has accused, and Pelosi, the leaders of the Democratic Party, have accused me of being a Russian asset, Tulsi Gabbard, a Democratic candidate, of being a Russian asset, the Senate Majority Leader of being a Russian asset, Donald Trump of being a Russian asset. I think he even accused you of being a Russian asset.
Certainly did.
Time.
And can I just say, the irony is this city is brimming with agents of foreign governments, and they're influencing policy. It's just not Russia. It's unbelievable. Anyway, Congressman, thank you so much.
It's just not Russia. Again, labeling people, putting them in boxes, destroying their character and labeling them, just seems to be status quo with too many liberal politicians. And I'm sure the Republicans are guilty of that too to some extent. I'm guilty of that too. But honestly, there are agendas going on, and it is very divisive. To say that we're united politically or government-wise would be a far cry from the truth. Again, this is Roger Martin from Billings, Montana. Take it for what it's worth. Good day.